What's up people, Matt here again. So first of all, apologies for not having done a video in quite a while. Literally no excuses, just Fallout 4, and last week's Bleach Chapter wasn't a particularly long one and not a lot was really involved in it. So even if I had done a Bleach Chapter review last week, it would have been a couple of minutes long at most. So instead I've decided to combine this week's chapter with last week's chapter, and that's what I'm going to do. So let's get on with chapter 653 first. So it begins with a flashback. Shinsui's older brother, or wife to Nanao, husband to Nanao's mother, gives Nanao's mother 2 hairpins, and Nanao's mother only takes one of them. She says, you know, you keep the other one. I'll keep it, because when I am suppressing hollows, it's gonna, I'll be thinking of you and it'll make me stronger. Shunsui, as a young child's there making stupid faces. Shinsui's older brother hits him right in the face. And then Shinsui's like, whoa, you're a bit more calm than usual, aren't you? And Shinsui's brother says, it's, Nanao's mother's basically infected him with kindness, it's made him more mellow. But now we're going to present day again, and Nanao and Lilibara are fighting. Nanao's basically she's got stage fright in a way. I mean, she's frightened of fighting, she's never fought with a sword before. She's getting cut. She's like, wow, this actually hurts. I can't move. I'm stuck in place. And then Shunsui appears behind her. And now, Lilibara's like, oh, look who's come back again. Hiding behind your own lieutenant, that's absolutely pathetic. And he summons this attack called the Trompete, which is God's trumpet, and it's going to be his final attack, or at least it appears to be. Shinsui's like, let's go, I'll be right behind you, don't worry. And this is when it gets confusing, because the week before last week's ended with Shinsui behind and now saying let's go. So technically we rewound a bit to before that happened, which is a bit annoying, but whatever. So Nanao's going through, Shinsui's basically reassured Nanao and she's ready to do whatever needs to be done. Shunsui lets out the massive blast and literally it's ridiculously powerful. But after the attack's shown, Shunsui and Nanao standing on a little pillar, and it turns out that Nanao actually reflected Lilibara's attack back at him and literally just cut him in half, which is pretty much the end of the fight. He explodes into like crystal sort of things, and that's the end of that chapter. That's why it wasn't going to be very long. But we'll get straight onto the next chapter. So this is the chapter for this week, 654. So it begins with Lilibara raining down, exploding in shards. And now I was like, oh look, we done it. Shunsui, I think the pillar, does the pillar collapse, or maybe Nanao just falls over? She's like, well, Shinsui's like, well done, you did it. You really gave this your all. And then Shinsui's like, right, let's go then. And Shinsui just falls on his ass because he's knackered. He needs to sit down for a bit. So now we're going back to the Serite, interesting enough, and Lilibara's shards are raining down on the Serite. Everyone's like, what the fuck is going on here? And now we see a panel of Aizen. He's like, well, now what is he doing out there? So Aizen's completely in the dark. And then everyone's like, what the hell is that over there? And apparently something's crawling out. And then it seems like there's little like tentacle sort of things, or well, no, they're little chickens basically, and it appears that they're kind of sort of clones of Lilibara, so he's created loads of miniature versions of himself. He says, oh, basically what's happened is he's sort of lost the, while falling from the palace to Cerate, it appears he's lost something. And he's like, oh, I'm the one that's committed a sin. He's basically a bit pissed off. He's like saying, I'm not going to forgive you. I'm not going to forgive you, Shun Sui, even death won't be enough to atone for this. He says basically he's going to lose his powers as a god. So he goes to try. He's going to basically destroy everyone here now. But out of nowhere, some massive attack happens. Some Kido blast. And he's like, Lily is like, what the fuck? You're supposed to be dead. You were killed. So now someone's come out of the shadows. All these filthy birds cawing endlessly. It's ringing through my head, and you're making my ears bleed. And out of seemingly nowhere, but not really, Izuru's appeared, back in action. He's already released Wabisuke. Obviously he's got a hole where he was shot here, but it's joined together by strings. Lily Barrett's like, who are you? Identify yourself. Izuru's like, I'm a dead man, and he just basically fucks up Lily Barrow. He's attacking all the clones. He's like, whoa, look at this shit that you've done. You've fucking destroyed everything. He's like, I wonder how I was able to survive this. There's something more going on here. Well, and then we cut over to Gerard Valkyrie, who's hit in the first panel, and then there's Renji and Byakuya there saying, you're underestimating us. How many people does it take just to hold their own against the captain and their vice captain? And Gerard's like, there's no way, and they're like, there's no way, little shit, like you can hope to defeat us. And then Gerard's like, oh, there's no way I can defeat you. Is that what you believe? In that case, it would take a miracle, wouldn't it? And that's how the chapter ends. So I assume we're going to the Gerard Valkyrie fight with Renji and Byakuya, maybe Shinji and all that. It'd be quite interesting to see how that plans out and what Gerard's Valkyrie miracle powers will be. But it was quite an interesting. I definitely preferred this week's chapters a lot to last week, especially since Izuru's back. He's one of my favourite lieutenants. So I'm hyped for that. If that will actually get some decent time, I don't know. But yeah, so those were chapters 653 and 654. I will see you on the next video, whenever that is, and as always, thank you for watching. See you later.